the internet, and welcome back to my channel. I start school in about 2.5 weeks, and I actually start university, so I am feeling pretty excited but also kind of anxious, and I want to prepare as much as possible. Not only because I just like to prepare for back to school, but also just kind of like process all of that. So in today's video, I'm going to be cleaning out my study space, packing my backpack, doing some back to school shopping, setting some goals, but also just like talking through that with you guys, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Hopefully it can give you some inspiration or just like motivate you, because I don't know about you, but I love watching these kinds of videos before school starts. It just gets me in the right mindset. First thing that I want to do is clean out my desk, because I don't use it at all during these like summertime and summer period. I mean, obviously I do some editing, but I tend to just like shove everything to the side and don't really bother keeping my workspace clean because I just don't use it that much. So that is going to be needing some deep cleaning, which we are going to get started on today. This is the current state of my desk. It's just a bunch of stuff lying around, and then I've got like random boxes down here. And this is also part of my desk. I've got these drawers that are just like full of stuff that I obviously need to organize. So yeah, wish me luck, because that's probably gonna take me quite a bit of time. Okay, so it's been a bit, but I pretty much finished like organizing my desk area. I am actually pretty happy with the progress and the final result of it all. Like, especially with these drawers, I just like did not know how I was gonna organize everything, because I have all of these like little boxes, and so I identified them with like phone cases, accessories, different souvenirs. Like, it's a lot of phone things, so I just labeled all of that. Obviously it's still like not perfect, like there's a lot in here, but these are all like tech things that I use pretty often. Some post-its, I have like screen protectors, and then this is like old rolls of film that I shot on for school, so I wanted to keep those. But yeah, that's like done at least. I have obviously more like school stuff, ink refills, erasers, stuff I don't really use like every day, but I keep. And then I have like notebooks here. I don't know what to do with like my old agenda, how to like recycle it, so I'm just leaving it here for now. This envelope is full of like souvenirs and those kinds of things I want to keep. So yeah, that's that. As for my desk itself, I mean, it's pretty tidy. I like to keep like it as minimal as possible, and yeah, basically I just wiped it down and got rid of the clutter. So I don't think my desk is going to become like particularly messy in the next couple of weeks. I am hoping it'll just stay relatively the same, but yeah, I am glad I got that done, and now I'm going to move on to the next part of preparing for university. It is a different day. I am just heading to one more office supply store to get the notebooks that I like to write in. I feel like I'm one of the few people still like this, but I prefer handwritten notes. So I'm also very specific about the notebooks that I get because I use basically the same one for all of my classes, or like maximum 2 notebooks. So yeah, I'm gonna go and see if they have it there. Hopefully they do, because I don't feel like going to like 10 different stores. And then I can do a little back to school supply haul for you guys, and we can pack my bag together as well. So let's head out and get that done. I thought I would do a little back to school supplies haul. To be fully honest, I don't really tend to do that much back to school shopping at the beginning of every semester, just because I don't think it's that necessary. I mean, for like the most part, I tend to just accumulate school supplies like throughout the years, and then I have enough. But this time around, I actually did find that I needed to buy quite a few things for like the start of university. First of all, I decided to get a physical planner. I'm going to be using both a physical planner and my like online setup using Notion and Google Calendar. I also mostly wanted to get this not only for school, but for like my personal life and YouTube as well. I like to have something written down that I can like check in every day and do like daily to-do lists in. If you're like interested in the specific details, it's the 18 months weekly planner and notebook from L'Heurtum. I butcher the name of this brand every time, but it's the same brand as my journal and I really like it, so that's what I got. I also got this like tiny little like clear pouch, and I already have a pencil pouch, so I need this mostly for cables, hard drives, and SD cards mostly. Especially as someone who's going to be doing a lot of digital projects, I think having a safe place for my hard drive is going to be really important, because if anything happens to my hard drive, I am basically dead. So yeah, this is gonna come in handy. Moving on to the main thing that I needed to get, which are some notebooks. I personally love these 5-star notebooks. In the past, I've only used these ones. These are the 3-subject college ruled notebooks, and the way I like to take my notes personally, as I've mentioned, is handwritten, just because I find that I retain information better. And this year my schedule is going to include both like film production classes and film theory classes, and especially in film theory I take so many handwritten notes. As we watch movies, I like to jot down like anything that I have observed, and it also comes with these like cardboard, I guess, kind of dividers, which personally have been very helpful when I get like handouts or readings that are printed, and I just slide them in there so I have them for the week. So I got this one for my lectures, and then I also have 2 like production classes, so I got a smaller one just in case I'm gonna need that. I don't really know what to expect honestly for those classes, so I don't know if I'm gonna be doing much note-taking or none at all. But again, I just wanted like 2 different notebooks that I could switch between for those 2 different types of classes. Last but not least, I thought we would pack my pencil pouch together. Pencil case, call this whatever you want. I've had this one for forever and it is perfect. It fits everything I need. So when I went to Italy, I got this one from Muji and it writes perfectly, so I'm gonna bring that one. I also like to write in this Pilot G2 pen as well. Honestly, most of my notes I tend to write them in just black ink. I'm not much of a color coding type of person. I like to keep it really boring and minimal because I just like going straight to the point. But I'm also gonna bring these 2 pens, one red and one blue. Then very important for me is a tiny ruler, because I always underline everything. If I'm like doing a reading or something, I have different meanings for what's underlined and what's highlighted, so I like to obviously always keep this. Also gonna bring a mechanical pencil. And then now's the time to make a hard decision, which is which highlighter do I bring. I have these mild liners that I've been using all throughout college, and they're perfect in my opinion, but also you don't need like 10,000 of them. I think I'm gonna go with yellow, this like darkish blue, and this kind of like purple lavender for a bit of a lavender haze moment. This is my top 3 selection. This tiny eraser that I have been recycling for far too long. I also like to put a few like paper clips of all shapes and sizes, a little correction tape. This one is from Pentel. And then last but not least, some non-stationary or school related items. I've got a chapstick because my lips are always dry, and then some hand cream. Why not? I like to keep that in there. And lastly, also a hair tie because I always seem to run out of them. So that is everything that I have in my pencil case. Yeah, that basically concludes my little school supply haul. I am currently on my way. I'm gonna go to Starbucks and grab a nice little beverage and work on my Notion template for the semester. Very excited. Alright, so as you may know, if you have watched my previous back to school videos, I tend to organize my semester mostly on Notion and Google Calendar. I go back and forth between the two, but I just find that it's the most useful for me to keep track of my assignments. So before the semester starts, I like to update my Notion page, put in all of my class information. So that's what I just did. I changed it obviously to university instead of college. I also updated the photos in my Notion page to kind of refresh it a little bit, and I wrote down all of my classes. Obviously, as of now, I don't have the teacher information and course outlines and things of the sort. So probably during the first week, I'll get to add that in. But if you're interested, I have a full separate video on my Notion setup for school, and also I have my Notion template that you can download and customize, so I'll have that link below in case you're interested. Also, I already wrote down all of my classes in my Google Calendar, which is what I use to obviously time block and schedule things. But one thing I forgot to add is usually I write down in the description the classroom number, and that's super helpful, especially in the first week when you're not really familiar with where your classes are and with the campus. So having that super accessible instead of having to log into your school account and trying to find that information amongst a flood of all other types of information can be kind of chaotic. So I really like to have that all in one place on my Google Calendar, which is what I'm going to do right now by just inputting in my classroom numbers. It takes 2 seconds, but trust me, it is a lifesaver when the first week comes around and you're just lost on the campus. Next up, I am gonna grab my journal and my pen and just jot down some goals that I have for this semester. But yeah, as you may know, I love journaling. I really recommend it for anyone who's looking for a way to just reflect a little bit more and set some goals. I think this is such a helpful tool, and I'm looking forward to ideally checking in every month to see how I'm doing on those goals, and then most importantly, I can look back on them at the end of the semester and kind of reflect on what I've learned. So I'm gonna take my time while doing this and really dive into as much detail as possible on what my goals are, why I want to achieve them, and how I'm gonna achieve them.